The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. We raised a stink in the city of Midlothian from the South Burbs there yesterday by reading something from the Midlothian, Illinois Neighborhood Watch, causing havoc throughout the city, online anyway, where we read this from that Neighborhood Watch Facebook group. Is someone seriously mowing their lawn at 10 p.m. at 150th and Kenton? WTF. Now, the man we were talking about who responded to this post, and we'll go through his defense one by one, is on the line with us. He found us, and his name is Andrew, and he's from Midlothian. Welcome to the show, Andrew.
Thank you.
All right. Now, I want to read your points that you responded to that person with on the group. You said, first of all, it was 9 p.m., not 10 p.m., and you put a screenshot up of 9:16 p.m.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep, you did that.
Fact check. Got it. Not fake news.
I think there's a difference between 9:15 and 10 p.m.
Is there a big difference, though?
About 45 minutes, I guess.
Very good.
If I put my finger on it.
Thank you, Kenzie. Thank you.
Roughly.
I was done cutting before 10.
You were done cutting before 10, so you're just trying to basically fact check this person exactly. But still, maybe cutting your lawn at 9:15 is a little late for some people in the neighborhood of kids.
I got a 4-year-old who was sleeping right above the window I was cutting in, and he didn't wake up. It's an electric lawnmower, so it's not that loud.
Wasn't pumped up with Benadryl or anything?
Nope, nothing.
Yes,
Okay.
Did you drug your kid? We want you to be honest. Did you drug them so they didn't wake
I
up?
could cut the grass.
And that was your second point, that it's an electric lawnmower, so kick rocks, is what you said to the person complaining.
Yep. These people in Midlothian, man, they'll complain about anything. There's a anything walking down the street, they're complaining, oh, there's a suspicious car driving down the street. No, they're trying to go to their cousin's house. Leave them alone. If you go on that page, it's nothing but people complaining left and right.
Okay.
Now, I have an idea. I have a question for you. So the poster was anonymous, but do you have any idea who it is? Because I feel like in my neighborhood, if somebody posted, I would have a pretty good feeling about who posted that. Do you have any idea?
I got a really solid Karen lives across the street from me, calls the police on everything. So I think it might have been her.
All right.
Yeah. And it has to be close to you to even realize you were mowing, so that makes sense.
I mean, like I said, it's an electric lawnmower. You can't hear it from the backyard to the front yard, so it's got to be someone super close.
And just to get all the facts, is this Karen who lives across the street from you, does she by chance have like a brand new newborn baby or something where she's just already miserable? Because I get it.
She does not. She's about 80 years old.
Oh.
So she got
So
time on her
she's got a
hands.
newborn baby. She's got something going on over there.
Well, that's a science experiment over there, then. All right. Yeah, I wasn't aware of how quiet the electric lawnmowers were when I first read this post yesterday. I thought they made still a little bit of noise. You're saying you can really do it in your own yard, 10 feet away, you can't hear it.
Yeah, they're not loud whatsoever.
Okay. Then finally, you responding to the person complaining of you mowing the lawn at 10, but really 9:16. I live a very busy life. I figured it'd be better to cut it now than just let it grow and look like S. If you don't like it, I'll toss you some money and you can cut it weekly. Grow TF up and get over it. Now, how busy is your life, Andrew? What's going on in your life? How busy are you?
Pretty busy. I'm a master tech for Dodge. I work all day long. Like I said, I got a wife and a 4-year-old that I like to spend time with and do things after work. So I try to limit, I work all day and I come home and spend time with them, and I want to get stuff done. I got a million customers that work on cars on the side, so I'm always working on someone's car to be able to support my family,
Wow.
He sounds like a good
So
guy.
it's been doing nothing but rain all day, all the last 2 weeks in Midlothian, so it's been growing, but it's been wet. You can't cut it when it's wet.
Huh.
And in fairness, though, it's hard advice for her to take because if she's 80, I don't know how she's going to grow up.
Yeah,
The next step isn't great for her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's already old enough.
Yeah, she's up there. Well, listen, I like how you defended yourself, and I'm actually taking your side on this one.
I appreciate it.
Well, at first, when I heard that mowing the lawn late, and I have an 18-month-old, and the guy comes to cut our lawn. I know we rent, so we don't own the building. He comes in there to do that, and I'm like, what are you doing that for? Why are you mowing so late trying to get the baby to bed? It's brutal. So I can relate to the complaint. I can relate to it.
Well, and my question is, just to show if you're like a little bit more fair, if you had a loud lawnmower, if it wasn't electric, would you be doing that at 9:16 at night? Would you think that was too loud?
If I didn't have, I specifically bought the electric lawnmower so that way I could cut my grass later at night. That way I didn't have to do it late and with a loud lawnmower.
So you actually invested.
So I went out, I spent $1,000 on this lawnmower.
Damn.
to be more considerate towards my neighbors.
I feel like you could pay a kid like $25 per time during the day, like $1,000. You know what I mean?
Kids these days want to play video games, not work. When I was a kid, I used to cut grass. Now they
here
just
we
want
go.
to
Here
play
we
video
go.
games.
Started, Andrew.
Hey, I'll tell you what. I'll come down the Midlow for $25 extra to mow your lawn for you, man. I'm coming down
I'll give
there.
you $30 an hour just to watch you do it.
Done.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
With Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Very exciting time. Case's movie reviews. So Case has never seen most of the big movies out there. We've made that very clear. And by people just joining the show right now, he's 25 years old. And the only movie he saw before he started this thing were Boys in the Hood and, is it Norbit?
Boys in the Hood, Norbit. As we just established, I have seen American Pie and American Pie 2 numerous times. But those are all Boys in the Hood was the outlier. That's like a drama movie that I had seen. The rest of them, dumb comedies.
I would imagine you watched American Pie super young and then just kept watching it and watching it and watching it.
That would be correct.
Not because the humor was so like on point.
No, it's comfort. It's comfort food.
Yeah,
it's like apple pie.
Yeah. I never wanted to eat apple pie again, but
This is why I don't like apple pie.
really?
Yeah.
Can't
Not-
eat at other people's houses for sure.
All right, so now at this point, now it's been months. He's seen Shawshank Redemption. He's seen Roadhouse, Braveheart. He
The
is
Mummy.
The Mummy.
Back to the Future.
So and you're a better person for it. You admit that.
I've loved doing this. I've discovered I actually like watching movies. Part of the reason that I hadn't seen so many of them was that movies are just so long that I don't like committing that amount of time to it. But it turns out there are some really good movies out there.
Hot take.
Like today's movie, who was inspired by this week, sadly, the woman at the beginning of the movie, which was the first naked woman I saw in a movie, sadly passed away at 77 years old. Great lady. Pioneer, if you will.
Please stop.
A trailblazer, a trendsetter.
In the beginning of the movie, she jumps in the water naked, skinny dipping, and then Jaws. The first appearance of Jaws, which you don't actually see in that scene. But here is the trailer, going back to the 70s for this movie trailer for the movie Jaws before Case gives his review.
There is a creature alive today
Oh, God.
who has survived millions of years of evolution
So good.
without change, without passion, and without logic. It lives to kill. A mindless eating machine. It will attack and devour anything. It is as if God created the devil and gave him jaws.
Oh, my God.
See it before you go swimming.
Holy crap.
Off the bat, greatest trailer of all time.
There's no question. Look at the goosebumps I
It's
got.
almost like a PSA. Like, hey, be careful.
Holy cow, was that amazing.
See it before you go swimming.
Oh, so good.
Pool companies were like, that's enough.
Hey now.
Sales are down. This is crap.
Sybaris was probably really pissed off at that time. The Sybaris whirlpools. Oh, boy. So, Case watched this movie that terrified the country back in the 70s and got people to not go in the water. And in fact, to Kenzie's point there, so many of the resort areas lost millions, if not billions, because this movie came out and reminded us the water's not safe. In case you saw the movie, what do you think?
It's funny when a movie like this has such a legacy. Like, you can't imagine life without Jaws. But if you're like me and you haven't seen it before, you know the basic story, but you don't know the intricacies of the story. So going into this, I basically imagined a skateboard video, but for shark attacks, where I thought, oh, Jaws is just... the whole movie is going to be people getting eaten by sharks. That's
Right.
just all it's going to be.
Sure.
It's going to be like a montage, basically. Turns out, what a compelling story of a crooked coroner, an evil mayor, a sheriff's deputy a police chief, rather, that is just at a loss for words and solutions on what to do over this shark. It's one of the most, forget the violence of the shark attacks, which we will talk about. The story itself, one of the more interesting stories I've ever seen in a movie.
Wow.
I had no idea this level of corruption existed in Martha's Vineyard.
A lot of corruption. And the shark had enough of it. I'll tell you that much.
That's right.
No, it's so funny. Like, I don't know. Brian and I especially talk about this a lot, where I use the phrase we live in a post-truth society because nobody can believe on what actually has happened anymore.
I didn't think we were going there with the Jaws review, but go ahead.
But it's so nice to know that even in the 70s, everybody was paranoid and corrupt by capitalism. That the mayor's like, well, this is a beachfront town. We can't shut down the beach on the 4th of July. We'll lose all our businesses. It's like this is just like what happened with the pandemic 4 years ago.
I mean, imagine.
I mean, he had a point. What are you supposed to do?
I mean, imagine if a shark ate somebody at North Avenue Beach. Would the mayor go out and say, everybody go in the water? It's fine. What are you talking about?
Or if nobody's getting in the water, would he go up to his friend and be like, get in the water.
Yeah.
Get in the water.
Nobody's in the water. Well, I just put suntan lotion on. The guy says, I remember that in the movie.
That's so good.
I completely forgot about that line.
Just put lotion on. I can't go in the water yet. Apparently in the 70s, suntan lotion wasn't waterproof like today.
Well, it's, we have a lot of advancements in our life, and that would be one of them.
So I guess just off the bat, it sounds like you liked the movie and loved it even.
I loved it because outside of one or two scenes, and this is a 2-hour movie, and again, one of my big complaints about Braveheart was too damn long. I struggle, especially once you get past the 2-hour mark. But outside of one or two scenes, I thought this movie carried really well. The only thing that I didn't really like, even though I know it was inspired by true events, was the monologue about the USS Indianapolis and the scene when they're on the boat and they're drinking after they've already seen Jaws, and they're just basically recapping it. I didn't like that. Just took too long. I didn't really like that.
It took too long. It's one of the greatest monologues in movie history.
It didn't grab me. A lot of this movie grabbed me. That did not grab me.
Shark grabbed him. Monologue did it.
It's unbelievable. And it is a true story about, and Kenzie, I don't know if you know the story, but it was
Jaws?
No, the USS Indianapolis.
I was like, I don't think Jaws is based on a true story.
There are talks that it possibly was based on at least a shark attack. But anyway, the middle.
Well, yeah, shark attacks have happened.
But the thing is, before this movie, no one cared. No one cared if someone got eaten by a shark.
Hit by a shark. It's like Sharknado.
Yeah. Like a drive-by shark incident.
A drunk driving shark hit somebody.
No one cared.
But this movie, that monologue, inspired me to go read the book about the USS Indianapolis, where they delivered the bomb in World War II, and then they came back, and the mission was so secret that they got hit by a torpedo, and about 1,000 guys went in the water, and 600 of them got eaten by sharks.
Wait.
Yes.
How was it so secret, but they knew about it, and they were able to get them?
What, the sharks?
No.
The sharks knew about it.
Yeah, it was a really big secret. Well, somebody knew.
Well, no, they were at war, and they saw a boat, and they threw a torpedo at it and shot it down, and they sunk. But no one knew that they delivered the atomic bomb that was going to drop on Japan, and all these guys were there. So because the mission was so secret that no one knew to go rescue them, because only a few people knew, even on our side, that they were delivering the bomb.
Oof. That's not a safe thought process.
I mean, they didn't have an iPhone with the GPS on it then.
Damn shame.
Find my phone. Where am I? In the water. Shark's eating me. Come get me now.
They should have one of those buttons that we give old people.
I've fallen in the water and I can't get up because the shark's got my leg. Yeah. That'd have been good.
We got hit by a shark.
That's too bad. Too bad. There's so much suspense in this movie. Again, I guess it has to be stated again, my knowledge of movie is American Pie and Norbit. They're not the most suspenseful things I've ever seen. I don't really like being scared. I don't like getting scared for fun. I don't like haunted houses. I don't like scary movies. So I was a little nervous going into this. I'm pretty amazed that for a movie that's 50 years old, the suspense is still there, because you never really see the shark up until almost the end of the movie. And that's because, as we found out, during the filming process, the mechanical shark that they wanted to use kept on malfunctioning. Yeah. And so they pivoted and found a way to shoot the movie without seeing the shark. And it's terrifying.
It's the beginning of the genius of Steven Spielberg. The shark didn't work.
Yeah.
And so he said, well, let's just add this music to it and show the water. It's going to scare the hell out of everybody, because you don't see the shark that often, because if you saw him all the time, it wouldn't be that scary. Because it was a mechanical shark in the 70s didn't look that great. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand. Because I went on the ride at Universal.
Yeah.
Or I think it was Universal's where the Jaws ride was. That mechanical shark was also not that scary.
The ride good though?
I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think our boat's gonna flip.
No, each of these attacks, because there's 4 shark attacks throughout the movie, including the big final one, but they're all chilling in their own way. Like, Brian, you have the audio there of the opening scene, and I want you to play that. Now, I apologize for everybody to everybody in advance. You're going to hear a woman screaming getting attacked by a shark for a second.
Oh,
but there's a point to it, so hang out and we'll all get through it together.
And this is the scene that inspired this movie watching this week.
Yes, that's right. This is the opening shark attack.
She goes in the water skinny dipping by herself. Oh.
The silence after she goes under is bone chilling.
Yeah.
That's what kicks it off. And then you got to remember there's the kid that gets attacked by this shark.
Yeah, the poor kid.
And then everybody rushes to their families on the shore, and his mom is looking for the child, and she can't find him, and that is awful.
Yeah.
And then there's the shark attack in the pond, where it's like, oh my God, the shark's in the pond, and the kids have to run out of the water, but then there's that one shot where you see the dismembered leg falling to the bottom of the ocean floor.
I love how excited you are right now.
It's all incredible. And then you get to the final one where the shark eats the captain of the ship, which, one of the most annoying characters in cinematic history.
Spoiler alert.
I did not like that guy.
He was great.
But that one is foul. That is just a disgusting display of cinematography, the way that captain gets eaten by the shark.
So, Case, just so you know, because Brian can relate, that vicious screaming and then all of a sudden the sudden stop is how babies act when they're waiting for a bottle.
Oh, interesting.
That's a fact.
That's like how my life sounds.
That's exactly it.
I thought my baby was here.
Kenzie's having PTSD about being home
oh
right
my
now.
God, where is he?
So do you want to rate it by a number or a star system, or what do you want to do here? On this
I would give it a 9 out of 10.
Damn. Okay, good.
Wow.
Because it has suspense, it has good action, it has super memorable characters. I like Brody a lot. I like his wife and how supportive she is in the whole thing. I love the shark expert they call in because I feel bad for him. Nobody's listening to him.
Richard Dreyfuss.
Listening.
He's just so bummed out that nobody will heed his advice. But we have to talk about the mayor. Again, the crooked mayor.
One of the most evil people in movie history doesn't get credit.
It's unbelievable.
And I'm not telling you to watch Jaws 2, because that's fine. It's the same thing kind of in a way. But when the shark starts coming back, it's the shark that saw his mom get blown up at the end of Jaws.
Which, by the way, wasn't expecting the shark to get blown up.
How about
I did
that?
not know that's how it ends.
So
Was it the atomic bomb that they dropped off
no,
in Japan?
Just about.
It looked like it, the explosion, but did you see Jaws 2, Kenzie?
I don't think so.
So Jaws 2, the same kind of thing happens, okay? People start getting eaten.
I figured it was a similar.
Yeah. and the mayor goes to the Sheriff Brody goes to the mayor again and goes, look, we got to do something about it now because we've already been through this. I ain't doing it again. And the mayor goes, hey, Martin, don't push it this time. I mean, you had 8 to 10 people get eaten on your beach, and you're like, hey, man, don't bring this up again. It'll be fine this time. And the shark comes back again eating people, another shark. Dude, what an evil guy.
In fairness, he's like, it's not going to happen twice.
I
wouldn't feel that way.
Come on.
But 2 people have already been eaten at this point in the movie, and he's like, don't push him, Martin.
Don't put.
And they fire him.
I love that the coroner changed the report from this is clearly a shark attack to probably a propeller got him. Clearly it was a boating incident. I love that.
And when we're talking, that guy comes in and he goes like, I'll revise my report.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It's
Evil.
the best.
Evil.
Well, they've been trying to warn us about this fake news in media.
Again, Billy Eilish tickets here in a second because also we're forgetting about one of the greatest movie lines of all time.
Yes. So this is right after they see the shark for the first time.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
That's right.
Yeah. And like to your point on Dirty Dancing, don't put baby, no one puts baby in a corner. This is an obvious monstrous line of all time. And Case was disappointed in it in the movie because it didn't really show what he thought it was going to be.
Well, I think it's just a difference in filmmaking now because I think now if you're going to make a big summer blockbuster, you write the script to where the main character is going to have a catchphrase at some point. You're going to have the line that you can market. But like we talked about with Dirty Dancing, when he says nobody puts baby in the corner, it sounds like he's got dip in his mouth. Like it's just a throwaway line. Like, I ain't nobody puts baby in the corner. And then they move on.
Yeah.
If this would have happened now, the camera would have panned in on his face. It would have been a sharp zoom. And you would have heard like, we're going to need a bigger boat. Dun, dun, dun. And that just doesn't happen here. It's really actually refreshing the way it's presented.
You know, Case watches 4 movies the last few weeks now. He's Quentin Tarantino.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q 101.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q 101.
All right, time for a fact that makes your brain just go. And it involves tomorrow. So whatever you're doing tomorrow at 1:36 p.m., I know we have a lot of weekend plans. It's nice, but specifically you got that scheduled out. It's going to be a determination of the rest of your life. Now, Kenzie said she's going to a baseball game in Rockford for her son Tristan playing baseball. Case said he's going to be sleeping, taking a nap at 1:36, and I have a haircut at 1:30. So I'll be on that time. So we'll see if any of that lines up with this fact that says tomorrow at that time, 1:36 p.m., is the absolute luckiest time of 2024. The luckiest time of the year is tomorrow at 1:36. Now, this comes from astrology because Jupiter is lining up with the sun. It comes from the Arabic word meaning in the heart, which is the Jupiter Kazima. That's what's happening tomorrow at that time. And Jupiter is in conjunction with the sun, or at least to 1 degree of alignment with it. So that's for the Earth's perspective. So if we were on Mars, it wouldn't matter at all. For being on the Earth, 1:36 p.m. tomorrow, according to astrologers, is the luckiest time and day of the year.
Now, sometimes we throw a flag on your fact, okay?
Okay.
That happens sometimes.
Yep.
However, one of my friends is an actual astrologist for a living, and I just texted her and said, hey, Brian read this thing. You know, I
right.
want to clarify.
Sure.
And she said it's true.
Ooh.
And she also said, even more specifically, if you're a Taurus, it's extra lucky.
What birthdays are Tauruses?
I'm a Taurus,
Oh.
so suck it.
Doesn't answer the question.
It's like end
I
of
can suck it
April.
another time. Please answer the question.
If your birthday is like right now, you're a Taurus. So it's like end of April throughout May. I think it ends either like the last 2 days of May or very beginning of June.
Let's get a fact check on it just to be 100%.
Yeah, just to make sure you have to suck it.
You have to suck
So
it.
April 20th to May 20th is
There you
Taurus.
go, okay.
So it just, we got what, a couple more days to be a Taurus?
Couple more days.
Couple
to
more
sneak
days.
in with your Taurus energy.
Yeah. Why did she say specifically Taurus is getting even better? Because it's happening during their birthday month or that time frame?
I don't. It probably has to do with stars and stuff, Brian.
With Jupiter.
Yeah.
Jupiter's alignment, as I said.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like the thing is certain planets affect certain signs more because it's when they were born. So I'm sure it has something to do with that. I
Okay.
can ask her if you need a total breakdown.
No, I mean, just look at it that way, that tomorrow, 1:36, is the luckiest time of the year. So, Case, are you going to change your plans and get out of a nap?
No, I feel blessed to be sleeping. It's an honor.
Blessed.
Hashtag blessed.
To be a lazy piece of garbage.
Well, I've earned it. I work hard Monday through Friday.
I think Case is luckiest out of all of us. I want to be sleeping
Yeah,
at that
I know.
night.
I feel awesome.
Do you want to go to Rockford for a baseball game?
No.
Are you sure?
I feel, ironically, the most unlucky.
Yeah.
And I'm the Taurus.
I mean, I'm happy my haircut's at that time. Maybe it'll be the best haircut I've ever had in my life.
Watch him chop your ear off. This isn't supposed to happen.
The luckiest time. Somebody checked in, Dodger Boy checked in, I'm getting an oil change tomorrow. That's good. Probably get a good deal. I don't know.
Oh, God, yeah.
I don't know what you're supposed to do with that information exactly, like the luckiest time of the year. Maybe propose, maybe
Buy a lottery ticket?
buy a lottery ticket, go to the casino.
What are other things you could do? Ask somebody out you've been wanting to ask out?
That's a good one.
That's like positive energy.
Yeah, if you're thirsty.
Apply for a job.
Right? That's a good one, too.
Okay, what else?
Keep going. You're doing good.
Go shopping.
Why?
Because you could find like really good sales or something. Lucky.
Fair. Good
Okay,
like that.
you've been wanting those pair of shoes. Boom, they're 50% off. What's good? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Start your diet. Good luck. Like all of a sudden, you get extra stuff.
I don't like that one.
Yeah,
No.
if anything, I'd eat unhealthy at 136 because it's probably good luck that way.
Right.
Why?
Your heart's protected from
Yeah,
the luck.
Exactly.
I don't know. Something works like that.
It also says here, by the way, according to astrologers, we will not see this collective level of luck again until June 24th, 2025.
Oh, that's a while away. That's a whole year.
Actually, I thought it was going to be like 70 or 80 years. I was like,
Oh,
next year we get it.
Right, it's called the luckiest time of year. Why would it take 50 more years to get it?
I don't know. I just thought it'd be a little more dramatic there. But
I totally understand where you're at, Brian.
if we're doing nothing lucky tomorrow, wait till next year.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.